Right now at 6, President-elect Donald Trump just moments away from making remarks at the Lincoln Memorial, all part of a welcome celebration ahead of tomorrow's inauguration. Thank you so much for joining us here at 6. I'm Tiffany Kenny.
And I'm Felicia Rodriguez. We are now just 18 hours away from the inauguration of our next president. It has already been a busy day for the president-elect, who left Trump Tower in New York City earlier in the day and took a flight to the nation's capital. Just hours ago, Trump and Vice President-elect Mike Pence laid wreaths at Arlington National Cemetery to honor fallen soldiers.
We have live team coverage for you tonight of this historic next couple of days in our nation's history. We begin with our co-anchor Todd McDermott live for us tonight in Washington, D.C. Todd.
Tiffany and Felicia, I'm here on the National Mall with the U.S. Capitol behind me. Tomorrow, this mall will be filled with perhaps 1 million or more people to watch the swearing in of the 45th President, Donald Trump. Again, when Mr. Trump takes the oath of office, it will mark a sea change in U.S. politics and the beginning of changes in U.S. policy. That's one side of this. Another side of this is that those who support Trump and those who oppose him will all be here together to watch this historic day in America. And no matter what side you're on, they will be witnessing a day never to be forgotten in American history. Young voices raised in beautiful harmony at the foot of the Lincoln Memorial to celebrate a new president and a new era for America. Fittingly, the singers come from Donald Trump's second home, Palm Beach County. The King's Academy High School Chorus received the rare honor.
Well, I think when we got invited, we didn't really believe the invitation. It was such a big honor to be picked. But as it wore on, kids were very excited around our school and just could not wait to get up here.
There is joy in the faces here. Against heavy odds, controversy, and the popular vote totals, Donald Trump takes over America with his own unique agenda for change. And many here can't wait, like Ray Reynolds of Virginia, who told me he's followed the president-elect on the campaign trail, snapping photos.
We finally got a true American in the White House. We got somebody who cares about America.
So we didn't have a true American in the White House before?
Well, look at the policies. You tell me.
But the Trump victory brings no joy to Dolores and Miguel Robles, who came from Albuquerque but will stay away from D.C. Friday, preparing for Saturday's Women's March on Washington.
I want the new administration to know that we as women, women of color, and people of color in general, are not going back to the 40s and 50s when we had no access to opportunities.
I don't believe he's our legitimate president.
The Thursday crowds will be dwarfed by turnout on the National Mall and those lining Pennsylvania Avenue Friday afternoon, as those watching with happiness will be joined by those who oppose Trump. But all will witness a moment never to be forgotten. And that moment, of course, the 58th inauguration of a president in the history of our great nation. Again, take a look at the National Mall tonight and imagine the sea of people you will see tomorrow, many of whom may have to battle the rain. Strong chance for rain throughout the morning into the afternoon. The parade follows the oath of office down Pennsylvania Avenue, and then Donald Trump says he will get right to work in the Oval Office. Tonight, there's a cause for celebration among Trump's supporters, and again, this mall will see two big crowds tomorrow and Saturday for the Women's March on Washington. There could be many people attending that as well. Remains to be seen what those numbers will be, but it is quite a week and quite a night to be here. I'm Todd McDermott live in Washington, D.C. I'll see you again for our Chronicle special tonight at 9, as well as 11 o'clock, and of course, all day tomorrow for the inauguration of the 45th president. Felicia and Tiffany, back to you.
Todd, thank you. Great job today. We'll see you a little bit later tonight. Well, it will no doubt be a busy next 36 hours for the future commander-in-chief. Right now, the president-elect is heading to a candlelight dinner.
Tomorrow morning, Donald Trump, Vice President-elect Mike Pence, and their families are scheduled to have a private family breakfast and then attend church services near the White House. At 9:30, President Obama and Trump will have coffee or tea at the White House before Trump's swearing in. And then the two men and their wives will ride together to the Capitol.
The 58th presidential inauguration ceremony kicks off at 11:30 in the morning. Mike Pence will be sworn in first. Then Donald Trump will take the oath of office at high noon, followed by his inaugural address. Following the ceremony, there will be a luncheon, inaugural parade, as well as 2 balls.
Back here in Palm Beach County, plans are in place to build a helicopter landing pad on the back lawn of Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate.
Town leaders gave Trump clearance to take off and land his helicopter there, in part to help ease congestion on roadways when Trump makes future visits here as president.
Whitney Burbank joins us live on Palm Beach. And Whitney, not everybody is happy with this proposed helipad.
Yeah, that's exactly right. But now that Trump can finally fly his helicopter onto Mar-a-Lago, where is he going to put it? That's the question. Now, I spoke exclusively with the architect behind the project and one resident who has a unique perspective on the project.
I just think you have to land in a place where it's not intrusive to all our residents down there. We got a lot of old, retired people like me.
Before Brad Gary committed to retired life here in Palm Beach, he was a self-proclaimed government guy.
I did security for Senator Dole when he ran for president, so I know something about, moving presidential candidates.
He also worked on the U.S. Armed Services Committee, and when he heard President-elect Donald Trump was putting in a helipad here in Palm Beach, Gary says he was concerned with the layout presented to the Town Landmark Commission this week. I spoke to the lead architect, Rick Gonzalez, on the phone. He says it's an easy job.
It's a very simple project. It's a helipad on the western portion of the property, adjacent to a north-south access road.
Gonzalez says he's worked with Trump for decades and helped rebuild Mar-a-Lago. But now he's getting directives from Washington, D.C. on the helipad that's planned to go on the intracoastal side. Gary says that the helipad should be built on this ocean side of Mar-a-Lago, near where the beach club is now. He suggests that a pier could be built out into the water and a helipad at the end of that.
These are big helicopters. They fly in generally in a flight of 3 at a time. They're about 3 or 4 times as large as what Trump has been flying.
Gary says this space is just too close to other neighbors. It's not just distracting. He says the placement of the helipad is a security concern, but the town and the federal government will get the final say. Now, yesterday served as an informal review. The Palm Beach Historic and Landmark Commission is still reviewing the project. For now, we're live here in Palm Beach. Whitney Burbank, WPBF 25 News.
Whitney, thank you. Of course, that helipad Whitney was talking about, really just the tip of the iceberg of the president-elect's impact here on Palm Beach County.
Sonica Donge is here now with a preview of tonight's WPBF 25 News Chronicle that dives deep into a lot of issues.
Yeah, as you guys may expect, there may be a lot of changes once Donald Trump is inaugurated. His private club sits on the island that has already served as a winter White House land in the past. We'll take a look back at how Palm Beach has played a role in other U.S. presidencies. And we've already had a taste of what traffic will be like when he comes to town. Remember, Trump spent both the Thanksgiving and Christmas holidays here. Will those security measures increase once he's president?
Yes, we've had a couple people who are here visiting and tourists who were inquiring about Mar-a-Lago, so we were able to tell that story.
WPBF 25 News Chronicle, the presidency and Palm Beach airs tonight at 9 o'clock. That'll be just 15 hours before Trump takes office. So definitely a can't miss on this eve of the inauguration.
All right, Sonica, thank you. Well, and as ABC News has extensive live coverage of this historic day ahead, starting tonight at 10, 2020 has exclusive interviews with Donald Trump Jr. and Ivanka Trump. Hear what the president-elect's children have to say about their father's decision to leave his business in their care. And then tomorrow, tune in for a special edition of Good Morning America. That starts at 7. Coverage continues through at least 4 o'clock in the afternoon from Washington, D.C.
Today is the last full day in office for President Barack Obama, and he used his last major act as president to cut short the sentence of an additional 330 federal inmates convicted of drug crimes. The president says he is trying to correct what he's called a systematic injustice. This brings the president's total number of commutations granted to more than 1,700 people, more than any other president in our nation's history. Obama tweets, quote, "Proud to make this one of my final actions as president. America is a nation of second chances, and 1,715 people deserve that shot." We want to go down to breaking news we've been following for the past hour or so. A bomb threat has forced evacuations at a Walmart and Sam's Club in Vero Beach.
Our Angela Rozier joining us now live. And Ange, the last time we spoke with you, police were sending bomb-sniffing dogs into those stores.
Yes, they have, and right now we're being told nothing found at this time. As a matter of fact, if you look behind me, the employees are gathering outside the store, about to go re-enter the store here, the Walmart store, just off of State Road 60 here in the 5700 block in Vero Beach. So right now, all clear, and we'll keep you posted. Reporting live in Vero Beach, Angela Rozier, WPBF 25 News.
All right, you are looking live right now. Donald Trump finally taking the stage at Lincoln Memorial. Let's listen in.
It was really very special. I also have to thank our incredible military talent right here. Thank you. Stand up, please. You guys were great. Thank you very much. Thank you. So this journey began 18 months ago. I had something to do with it, but you had much more to do with it than I did. I'm the messenger. I'm just the messenger. And we were tired, and I love you. Believe me, I love you. We all got tired of seeing what was happening. And we wanted change, but we wanted real change. And I look so forward to tomorrow. We're going to see something that is going to be so amazing. So many people have poured into Washington, D.C. This started out tonight being a small little concert. And then we had the idea, maybe we'll do it in front of the Lincoln Memorial. I don't know if it's ever been done before, but if it has, very seldom. And the people came by the thousands and thousands, and here we are tonight, all the way back. All the way back. So it's a movement that began. It's a movement that started. And it's a movement like we've never seen anywhere in the world, they say. There's never been a movement like this. And it's something very, very special. And we're going to unify our country. And our phrase, you all know it, half of you are wearing the hat, make America great again. But we're going to make America great for all of our people, everybody throughout our country. That includes the inner cities, that includes everybody. And we're going to do a special job. And I can only tell you that 18 months ago, we never knew. A lot of people didn't know. Some people had a feeling. A lot of people didn't give us much of a chance, but we understood what was happening. And that last month of the campaign, when I traveled around to every place that you can imagine, state after state after state, speech after speech, and we had 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 people. There was never an empty seat, just like tonight. We didn't know if anybody would even come tonight. This hasn't been done before. And you look, it was the same way. And we all knew that last month of the campaign. I think a lot of us knew the first week of the campaign. But that last month of the campaign, we knew that something special was happening. And I can only tell you this. The polls started going up, 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 but they didn't want to give us credit because they forgot about a lot of us. On the campaign, I called it the forgotten man and the forgotten woman. Well, you're not forgotten anymore, that I can tell you. Not forgotten anymore. So I want to thank my great family, my incredible wife, Melania. They've been so supportive, and it wasn't easy for them, but they have been so supportive. I want to thank you most importantly, and I promise you that I will work so hard. We're going to get it turned around. We're going to bring our jobs back. We're not going to let other countries take our jobs any longer. We're going to build up our great military. We're going to build it up. We're going to strengthen our borders. We're going to do things that haven't been done for our country for many, many decades. It's going to change. I promise you, it's going to change. So I'll see you tomorrow. And I don't care, frankly, if it's going to be beautiful or if it's going to rain like crazy. Makes no difference to me. I have a feeling it's going to be beautiful. But I will see you tomorrow, and I'm going to be cheering you on. You're going to cheer me on, but I'm going to be cheering you on because what we've done is so special. All over the world they're talking about it, all over the world. And I love you folks, and we're going to work together, and we are going to make America great again, and I'll add, greater than ever before. Thank you very much, and enjoy the fireworks. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
You've been listening to President-elect Donald Trump at a Make America Great Again welcome celebration. This all taking place at the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. The event was open to the public. Trump promising his supporters he will carry out the promises he made during his campaign.
We will have much more on his night in Washington, D.C. tonight during our Chronicle special, which you can see right here on Wpbf 25 at 9 o'clock. Now let's toss it over to Chris.
All right, thanks, ladies. As we step outside, we are tracking some big weather changes coming into play as we head through Sunday night into Monday. In the meantime, we continue to bask under a lot of sunshine here across South Florida, and high temperatures again. We're on the warm side today in the lower 80s, but a mostly clear sky. There are a few high clouds streaming in towards Okeechobee County and the Treasure Coast. And right now, for the most of the state, you can see we're pretty much dry here across the area. We've got some big-time thunderstorms that are developing out towards New Orleans, a couple of watch boxes. And this is part of a storm system that is eventually headed our direction as we go through Sunday night into Monday. That's going to be the time frame that we're really going to have to watch for the possibility of storms. Yes, they could be on the strong side, maybe even severe with wind gusts of maybe 60 miles per hour. And with this system moving through, we can't rule out the risk for isolated tornadoes again Sunday night into Monday. So put in a little bug in your ear. That's the time frame that we're watching right now for the potential of that strong weather moving in. You can see the jet stream right now basically moving across the midsection of the country. High pressure starting to lift out of the picture as well. And that cold air, yes, it is coming down. So as this front moves through on Sunday and first part of Monday, you're going to notice that that breeze really starts to kick up. We're talking about winds anywhere between, let's say, 15 and 25 gusts to 30 miles per hour. And that cold and cooler air mass will be here for, I guess, maybe 24, 48 hours, maybe a couple of days as that strong air mass continues to filter in. But in the meantime, your Friday looks okay. We're a mix of sun and clouds here or there. Another gorgeous day with high temperatures in the lower 80s. As you can see, Friday afternoon, lots of sunshine here across the area. That trend continues even into Saturday, just a few clouds into the afternoon. And then on Sunday, most of the day we're fine. A lot of sunshine, very warm day here across South Florida with highs in the mid 80s. So it will be approaching the hot category as we head through Sunday. But all changes again happen, let's say, after sunset on Sunday, especially as we head through the overnight hours. Boating forecast looks like this. Still looks great. Seas only running 1 to 2 feet as we head through your Friday. Looking at a light chop on the inland waterways, a south and southwesterly breeze, 5 to 10 miles per hour. The sunrise tomorrow morning at 7:09. And then as we take a look at South Florida's most accurate forecast, you can see we go from the low 80s to the mid 80s on Sunday, watching the potential for that strong weather to move through Sunday night into Monday. And then after that, we cool things off and clear things out. Look at those high temperatures. They'll be on the chilly side, especially in the morning in the low 70s. WPBF 25 News at 6. We'll be right back.
Now to a story you will only see on WPBF 25 News. An Indian River County woman is recovering after being hit by a bullet while standing inside her house.
The bullet came through a sliding glass door and struck her foot. And as Angela Rozier reports, it took a while for the woman to realize she'd even been shot.
Officials here at the Indian River County Sheriff's Office tell me the incident happened on Sunday. The victim tells me her children were playing in the backyard at the time, and she's just glad they weren't injured. That bullet traveled through the back porch, shattered the back glass door, and then made its way into the victim's foot.
And something come from the outside and struck my foot.
Something struck your foot from outside? Yeah. The victim did not want to be identified. She tells me she was standing near the sliding glass door when it shattered. She noticed her foot was bleeding, and at first she thought she was cut by the glass. She says her husband and brother-in-law found the bullet hole in the back screen door. They dialed 911, and deputies with the Indian River County Sheriff's Office determined the bullet was fired from a nearby gun range. The victim was treated for minor injuries. She and her family still can't believe what happened.
I saw the bullets when they took out.
You saw the bullet when they took it out?
Yes.
Oh, my. What did you think when you found out there was a bullet in your foot?
I cannot explain.
And again, officials say no crime occurred, and this was an accident. In Indian River County, Angela Rozier, WPBF 25 News.
Angela, thank you. And we want to go live now. You're looking at live pictures of Trump and his family walking through the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C.
We will continue to stay on top of all of the inaugural events in Washington, D.C. A concert has just wrapped up there at the Lincoln Memorial. Tonight there will be a fireworks display. All these events this evening open to the public, and of course the inauguration gets underway tomorrow morning, and we'll be covering it throughout the day here until at least 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. And our Todd McDermott is there in Washington, D.C. He'll have another report for us tonight at 9 o'clock and then once again at 11. We'll be right back. All new at 6, a trial date has just been set for Dalia DiPolito's third trial in connection to an alleged murder-for-hire plot. According to the state attorney's office, DiPolito's next trial is scheduled to start on June 2nd. Just last month, DiPolito's retrial ended with a hung jury, with the 6 jurors split 3-3 after hearing all the evidence. Earlier this month, both DiPolito's attorneys and prosecutors decided against a change of venue, choosing to have the case tried in Palm Beach County for a third time in just over 7 years.
In Port St. Lucie, one man has died after apparently falling asleep with a cigarette in his hand, setting his apartment on fire. That fire happened overnight on Southeast Greenacre Circle. The flames spread through the building's roof, waking up everyone inside.
I just heard all the fire trucks and stuff. My dog woke me up barking, and I thought, oh, my God.
The victim has been identified as Kevin Donahue. His mother, Dolores, was able to make it out safely.
And updating a story that we brought you last night at 6, Palm Beach County deputies now say the woman accused of throwing a dog off the Blue Heron Bridge yelled, "Dogs can fly," right before dropping the animal over the edge. Here are some new pictures of that dog. An animal control spokesperson says it is in stable condition. Miraculously, no broken bones. The dog does have a lot of swelling and pain from a dislocated leg. The woman accused of throwing the dog is now under arrest.
One final reminder tonight at 9 o'clock is our special WPBF 25 News Chronicle, the presidency and Palm Beach. During the 1-hour live special, our news team will look at Trump's long history in Palm Beach County and how his presidency will impact our area. That's all tonight at 9 right here on WPBF 25. Well, today is the 40th anniversary of a day many longtime South Floridians will never forget. Back on January 19th, 1977, snow covered Palm Beach County.
And I remember it well. It's the only time on record that we've ever had measurable snowfall here in South Florida. Streets were shut down, schools were closed as the snowstorm stretched as far south as Homestead. Here's a look at the cover of the Palm Beach Post from that historic day in South Florida. The headline read, "It's cold, snow fooling," and it was such a great day. I'll never forget it.
I'm
and just another tad of information. January 10th, 2010 was the last time we had freezing.
Oh, well, there you go. All right, Chris, thank you, and thank you for watching.